Your brain has one job: to keep you alive. The problem is, it hasn't realized you're no longer running from predators. Thousands of years ago, it watched the lions hiding in the grass. Today, it watches for unanswered text messages, awkward conversations, job interviews, and that embarrassing thing you said 3 years ago. It treats all of them like they could be dangerous, which is why your brain keeps replaying them, even when you desperately want it to stop. So why would the smartest thing in your body make you feel this way? The answer begins over 100,000 years ago. Imagine you're one of the first humans. You're walking through a forest looking for food. Suddenly, you hear something moving in the bushes. You freeze. Now your brain has to make a decision. Ignore it or assume the worst. If it's just the wind and you run away, you lose a few minutes. But if it's a predator and you ignore it, you don't get another chance. Over thousands of generations, the people who expected danger survived more often. Their brains were passed on. Eventually, that became your brain. A brain that would rather scare you for no reason than fail to warn you once. And that's a brilliant survival strategy. Until you live in the modern world. Today, most of us will never have to escape a lion, but your brain doesn't stop searching for threats. It simply changes what it calls dangerous. An interview, a first date, an exam, a presentation, an unanswered message, someone leaving your text on read. To you, these are uncomfortable moments. To your brain, they are uncertainty. And uncertainty has always been dangerous. Because if your ancestors didn't know what was hiding around the corner, they prepared for the worst. So your brain starts asking questions. What if I fail? What if they laugh? What if they don't like me? What if something goes wrong? Then comes another question, and another. Before you know it, you're having an argument with yourself that never actually happened. Have you ever been doing absolutely nothing when your brain suddenly reminds you of something embarrassing? Maybe you waved at someone who wasn't waving at you, forgot someone's name, said something awkward, or sent a message to the wrong person. Your heart races, even though it happened years ago. Why? Because your brain stores emotional mistakes differently. When something makes you feel embarrassed, rejected, or ashamed, your brain treats it as important information. Its goal isn't to make you cringe. Its goal is to stop you from making the same mistake again. So it replays the memory again and again and again. The problem is, your brain doesn't always know when the lesson has already been learned. So it keeps reopening a chapter that should have been closed long ago. Here's where everything starts to go wrong. Thinking is useful. Overthinking feels useful. But they're not the same thing. Imagine you have an important meeting tomorrow. You prepare what you're going to say. That's thinking. Then you imagine every possible mistake, every awkward silence, every worst-case scenario. You replay the conversation over and over. That's overthinking. At first, your brain believes it's helping. After all, preparing for danger kept your ancestors alive. But eventually, preparation turns into repetition. You're no longer solving new problems, you're just recycling the same thoughts. And every time you do, your brain strengthens that habit until overthinking becomes automatic. Not because your brain wants to make you miserable, but because it still believes that it can think long enough, it can keep you safe. The truth is, the danger it's trying to protect you from often exists only in your imagination. And once you understand that, you've already taken the first step toward taking back control.